Ladies and gentlemen of the House, today we are proud to recognize Mr. John W.E. Thomas, the first black member of the Illinois General Assembly. John Thomas was born a slave in Alabama in 1847. He learned at an early age how to read and write. And as a teenager during the Civil War, he engaged in the dangerous work of teaching literacy to more than 36 slaves, a crime under the laws of the Confederacy. A few years after the war, John Thomas moved to Chicago with his wife, Maria, and their daughter to start a new life, where he opened a grocery store and he continued his passion for education by working as a teacher. Thomas was elected to the Illinois General Assembly in 1876, leaving in 1879 to study law and earn admission to the Illinois bar before being re-elected to this house for 2 more terms, serving from 1883 to 1887. As a member of the Illinois House, Thomas sponsored and passed Illinois' first civil rights law to ban racial discrimination in public places. John Thomas was a trailblazer, a man of faith, a man of principle, and a leader who helped make it possible for other blacks to seek and win election to the Illinois General Assembly. He was also a Republican, as were most blacks in the post-Civil War period for several generations. This fact is especially significant here in Illinois, the land of Lincoln, the great emancipator. It was, after all, the Republican Party who passed 3 critical amendments to the U.S. Constitution after that war was abolished. After that war that abolished slavery, bestowed citizenship to all former slaves, and granted the right to vote. The party of Lincoln was then, and remains today, the party of equality and opportunity for all Americans, regardless of racial or ethnic background. Today in Washington, D.C., a black Republican, the Honorable Tim Scott, serves his state of South Carolina in the United States Senate. And from the state of Utah, a young black woman, Mia Love, was elected to Congress as a Republican last year. There have been, and will continue to be, black men and women who, in Congress and state legislators all over the country, who are Republicans, working to advance the policies of individual liberty, free enterprise, and smaller government in the tradition of our forefathers. There is no better time than now for black men and women to become engaged in our political process and run for public office. Black members of this General Assembly and other public bodies should be welcomed and respected by their fellow colleagues of color, regardless of what political party they identify with. I am humbled to be one of the many heirs of the legacy of John W.E. Thomas here in the Illinois General Assembly. If you would like to learn more about John W.E. Thomas's life and career, there is an outstanding book published by author David Jones titled From Slave to Legislator, John W.E. Thomas, Illinois' first African-American lawmaker. The book is well worth a read, and we are grateful to the author who joins us here today for chronicling the life and legacy of this chamber's very first black member, Republican. It is an honor to serve here, and I ask that all my colleagues join me in adopting House Resolution 223 to help honor the life and legacy of our first black member, Republican John W.E. Thomas of Chicago, of Illinois. His family joins us today as well. They're sitting right back here in back of in the gallery. Can you please stand so that people can acknowledge you? It's been a long time coming, but now it's done. Thank you.